Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 4 or 5 brawlers which I think is secretly broken. Some of them receiving buffs, some of them are just getting better because of other brawlers around the meta, and Gus is a great example of who I think he's not like broken, but he's very good in the meta. So if you guys missed it, Gus got a 12% damage buff, a 12% one, which is insane. Normally, I would say the sweet spot is around 7 to 8%, where you start to feel like a big buff with that brawler, especially with their attack. But anything above 10%, you know, just in history, has made them like a top meta brawler. I think Gus is easily around the A tier. We'll be doing a tier list tomorrow just to really confirm that. But after seeing like a bunch of scrims, after seeing like what the pros are banning, etc., like some people are even banning Gus in knockout and bounty, and in previous, you know, metas where Gus was like pretty good in, you know, but he would never get banned there. So it just goes to show, but I think it does deal too much damage, and maybe he actually counters some snipers. Okay, I'm missing every single shot here. Okay, should be able to stay alive, thankfully. But the great thing about Gus, yeah, he's actually like more of a sharpshooter now rather than a support brawler. And he can easily counter other snipers because he's got really good range. And just look at his projectile, it is huge. I think it's like the biggest one out of all the snipers, so of course it's really easy to hit consistent shots with, which is perfect. Of course, his cookie popper gadget as well got a 12% buff as well, just making him deal even more damage. And just look at that, 5 and 1. I didn't really play best the second game, but he just destroyed all of them. You think of it, Byron, Mandy, Angela, those are the typical snipers that would dominate in bounty and knockout. Well, Gus, I think, is a do-it-all brawler. You've got his gadget as well, as I said, to confirm their kills. You've got his super to support him against assassins. You can knock them back and just give your assassins more chances to survive. I think Gus is really good in this meta. You guys have got to try him out. I don't even think it's biased at this point. I think he's solid. Let's jump into the next one. Alright, guys, jumping into the next brawler, who I think, it's not even a secret, he's just crazy strong right now. It's Daryl. So I've spoke about him a lot in this meta, but I'm just having to highlight him again in a video because whenever I do my tier list, I did my top 10 brawler prediction at the beginning of the update. I've done TikToks, you know, YouTube shorts, and the top comments have always been, Daryl isn't number 1, Daryl isn't top 10, Daryl this, Daryl that. Well, I'm sorry guys, but I think it might be a skill issue on your end. If you're one of the people that don't believe in the Daryl, it's definitely a skill issue because, again, I've been watching the scrims. For example, I'm using Tensai's YouTube as a good example. He streams some of his scrims, but yeah, I've been watching them, and even they are like banning a ton of Daryl. So it just goes to show that he is in a really good spot in the meta. I kind of messed that up, unfortunately. I knew Brock was using the jump gadget, so kind of panicked, but we should be able to kill the Colt here. Beautiful. Brock should be dead as well. But yeah, the reason why Daryl is just so good, the 2 rolls, he's just crazy strong, crazy. I just don't know how many times I need to spell it out for you guys that he's actually a meta brawler, but he is. Trust me, just trust me on it, guys. Okay, I'm probably gonna die here, but at least I get some supercharge back. Oh no, here comes the Colt super. Please don't do it to me. Okay, we're good. We're about to get another 2 rolls here. I mean, the thing about Daryl, the reason why I didn't actually think it'd be that good when I saw it on sneak peeks was because I thought it'd be like, oh, you can, you know, you get 1 super and then you have to work towards a second one maybe. So I thought, oh, that's not going to be like the most broken thing. But it's the fact that when you get 1 super, you get 2. That's just insane. I don't know like whether they should nerf this, so you have to like overcharge your first super or something along those lines. But yeah, I think Surge is a pretty good shutdown to me, which is pretty annoying so far. They just forgot about the ball for whatever reason. Yeah, I got to stay away from the Surge. He is not a good matchup for me. But the other brawlers, yeah, we should be able to feast on them for dinner. There we go. Like, by the time Brock could even press his gadget, we killed him because of the knockback and the instant damage that Daryl can do. And Surge is using his hypercharge. We can, again, just go in on the Surge. That should be a free kill. We just create so much space for our team, and that's going to be the goal. Beautiful. So again, not really perfectly playing this brawler, but my win rate with Daryl is just astronomical. You just have to make 1 play. That's the great thing about him. Just 1 play, free up some space for your team. Yeah, he's going to use his jump again, but that's not really going to matter because we're in behind here. We can charge our super pretty quickly from this Colt. We're about to get 2 supers here to use on defense. That's going to be the Brock dead. There we go. And there's nothing else that we need to do. It's a beautiful rework. Definitely made Daryl a lot more fun. I will say it takes a little while to get used to him, but once you've tried him out a little bit, knowing that, you know, you're not completely invincible, but using the knockbacks to your advantage as much as possible, that's going to be the way that you utilize Daryl the most. And again, he's not going to be like this dumb brain dead brawler where you're going to be able to just walk all over people. That is not the case with Daryl. You still have to be smart with your bounces, still have to use your rolls correctly, but it's all about cycling your supers and, yeah, abusing and knockback as much as possible. So he's one that I believe is really good. Let's hop into the next one. Let's jump into the next brawler who I think is really broken in the meta. It is Larry and Laurie. So the twins I think are absolutely insane. Again, another brawler I felt like I need to bring more awareness to, mainly because of the comments. People were saying, how is the twins top 10 brawler? Especially like, I know it is like a different community over there, but like the YouTube short community, TikTok, etc. They were really hating on this on a top 10, and I just don't understand because the twins are so incredibly strong. The best thing about them is that they're versatile, you know, they're not like crazy broken, but it's just the fact that you can play them everywhere. You can play them on maps. Like, throwers are just such strong brawlers anyways, right? Like, when the twins came out, the main reason why they were broken because the throwers can just break the game because, of course, they can shoot over the walls, which not every brawler can do. They can counter so many different archetypes, and the twins are still no exception to being really good because the fact that their super can really help them against aggro brawlers. The good thing about them is that you can switch build if you're playing like Brawl, if you're playing gem grab, or just any tanky option. You can just switch to star power, so then you get your ammo back, which just completely breaks them. You have like infinite ammo. Of course, again, like they're going to be good in bounty and knockout. They have a really good range, and it's the second explosion which I think needs to be fixed. I think it should have been fixed a long time ago. It's the fact that it's pretty much unavoidable, so you're always going to get that damage on the second explosion, and it just stops people from pushing into you too much. Like, it's just too much zoning, I think, for me. Okay, we're actually getting quite close to losing here, even though we've been absolutely dominating them. You know, oh no, oh, how did I miss? I even preemptively said, oh no, thinking I got pulled. Right, nice kill from my teammates. I mean, I'm not really doing much cleaning work at the moment because they've just been going stupidly aggressively, mainly because last game I literally had like 8 kills and they couldn't kill me because I was behind the wall the entire time. Okay, definitely got to run away from this Colt. Actually, pretty close to losing here, but it doesn't matter. Colt just runs into our Bonnie. And yeah, Larry and Laurie, I think, are just absolutely insane. Like, look at this, 8-0. I know I'm facing Gale, but at the same time, like, they're just insane. They really are everywhere. I think you can play them in every single game mode, in every single scenario. They're just that versatile in this meta. So another insane brawler in this meta. Let's hop into another. Guys, jumping into the next brawler, who I think I won't actually consider him like broken or anything, but I think he's one brawler that is forgotten. But I've been seeing a lot more use rate and use cases for him. He received no buffs, but Otis, believe me, I think he's a lot more versatile than people believe. I know Otis is really boring and people don't like playing him. And it's probably the first time I've even mentioned Otis in a few months. But the main reason why he's actually pretty good in this meta in particular, because I believe he's actually one of the only true counters to the likes of Daryl and other assassins, especially on longer range maps, because Daryl is a funny one. He can actually be really good on longer range maps because, of course, you have 2 supers. So Otis really helps that and stops him from getting his second roll off. So other brawlers, you know, I've tested, even like Gale, Tara, Colette, like, you will push back Daryl or do whatever, but it doesn't matter because he can use his second roll instantly. Whilst Otis, you can just mute him as soon as he rolls, and then he can't roll again, and then you should just be able to have the damage to burst him down. So I've been seeing him used a lot more in pro play to counter this type of strategy, because Daryl's just good no matter where it is in the draft. And of course, Otis does have the damage. He has the range as well as the tank counter. And he's got some decent scouting capabilities with just his main attack, the vision gear. Like, the gadget can be pretty good to scout grass. I don't know, I've been seeing a lot more use case for him. It's like the first time trying him out. He actually does quite a lot of damage secretly. Like, good against Kit, Lily as well, that you've seen here. You know, a lot of assassin brawlers in the meta. I could just mute Lily there. I was hoping we could get the kill, but both of these brawlers are pretty weak. And now we can just sort of push up and they can't really do anything about it. There we go. Kit's going to go down. That's going to be Tick probably going down as well. I mean, I had a lot of kills stolen, but I think he's really good. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to try him out against Daryl in this game because Daryl just seems to be, well, just not picked by the randoms too often. But yeah, I think Otis could be a good sleeper pick in this meta. I'm not saying anything like Esther or anything, but it could be like borderline A tier with how strong he counters Daryl. So that's going to be another brawler. Let's hop into the final one. All right, guys, jumping into the final brawler who I believe, I mean, I don't even need to believe. You just need to witness it for yourself. Mortis he is broken in this meta. So again, people say, well, he's not broken because you can't first pick it in draft, etc. It doesn't matter, because there's been other brawlers in the past which are broken on ladder and you can late pick them in draft. So Mortis is a great example. Frank in the previous meta, Lily in the previous meta, we've had Fang in previous metas. Mortis is one of them. So the reason why he's so good is because of the hype charge. It's completely busted. Like, it doesn't even matter that Mortis is a terrible brawler standalone. You just need that hype charge to change the game, to team wipe. And it can be the difference maker. It literally can be. Like, there's just no sugarcoat in it. I don't know how many times I need to say it, so I'm just going to go on the Colt here. Should be able to get a free kill. I'm trying to prove this in Kaboom Canyon, just to let you guys know just how strong he is. I've been using him in Heist. I've been using him everywhere, and I just seem to win every time. As long as I don't early pick him in draft, I just seem to win. So I may as well just go on the Crow. I know I'm going to end up feeding him a lot of supers, but I want some hypercharge myself. So again, the squishier the brawler, the better, just because my bats is going to get a lot of value. And of course, you know, just 2,000 damage per ammo, so that is pretty decent. I mean, Angelo is popping off right now, but we're just going to go on the Crow. There we go, one shot away from our bats as well. Let's hold on to this long dash. Beautiful. We haven't even charged yet. It is Heist. If this was Gem Grab or Brubble, would have got an easy hyper charge. But just let the carnage commence. As soon as I get on this Crow, it's literally over for them. So I'm going to pop hype charge in early here. Going to go for the Crow and snipe him. It doesn't even matter because we just absolutely just destroyed him. They couldn't even get close because they were just scared of feeding my super. And again, that goes to show 14-3, even though in the gameplay I didn't get to show the hype charge to its full effects because it is in Heist at the end of the day. 14-3. I literally had a game before this. I went like 20-4 on Hot Potato, because of how broken the hype charge was. I was just team wiping and team wiping. You guys just need to believe it. Please, just pick him late in the draft. More than likely ban Gale or something who's a meta brawler, and you're just going to be good to go. So that's going to be it for today's video. It's going to be a tier list tomorrow just to consolidate everything and prove to you guys that Mortis is actually a good brawler now. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.